So today we're going to be talking about pitching and selling your ideas. My name is Courtney Hoffman and I'm a writer-director. Anytime you get a chance to tell your story to a group of people, I think that's a huge opportunity. So what I hope is to give you some tools to make sure that when you get there and you get on that home plate, you have everything it takes to get a home run. So, something to keep in mind, selling your ideas doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make your ideas. What we're going to talk about right now is one of the first steps in a long road to seeing something come to fruition. You know, I like to think of this industry as a game of chutes and ladders. So selling your idea is definitely a ladder to the next step, but still it is a long road to actually being able to watch one of your TV shows on TV or seeing one of your films in the theater. There are different types of pitches. There are three types of pitches. Pitching on existing material that you would like to be attached to direct. So someone else wrote a script, you're coming in and you want to show that you are the perfect director for it. Pitching a script that you've already written on spec, which means under the speculation that it will get sold, and trying to sell that now to a group of people that can make it. And pitching to sell an idea that they will then pay you to write. Now, I've been involved with all three of these different types of pitching, and I think a lot of the things we're going to talk about are relatable to all three categories, but obviously the adjustment of the information that you're going to convey will be different whether you're originating an idea or commenting on an existing idea. So here are some of my philosophical rules about pitching. The first one is do it your way. Every pitch style will be different, but the most important thing is that it feels authentic to who you really are. I'm gonna give you some ideas about how I pitch, but then again, this is a room in my house, so you're gonna need to bring who you are to the table. Whatever you do, the style of which you pitch and tell your story should be authentic and organic to who you are, because the most important thing is that you feel comfortable while you're pitching. The next important rule is lead with what is personal and passionate for you. If you don't love this story with every fiber of your being, the people that you're telling it to are not gonna feel that way. So lead with what's both personal and passionate to be able to convey that passion to the audience that you're pitching your story to. And the last rule is do your homework. What else is out there that's like what you're doing, and why is what you're doing different? I always think giving examples of things that are like it, it's like Smokey and the Bandit meets The Virgin Suicides. It's like Weeds meets Nashville. When you give ideas of comps of other TV shows or movies, you help sell what it is in tone and quality that you're trying to talk about. Okay, so now let's talk about the components of a pitch. Who, what, where, when, and why. We start with the why. The why is your personal statement. Why does this story need to be told right now? Why is this story relevant, not just today, but to the future? And most importantly, why do you care about this story, and why should they care about this story? Next, what? What is the overall concept you're sharing? Break it down very clearly. This is a 10-episode half-hour comedy. This is an action comedy about blank. This should include a log line that concisely summarizes the story that you're going to tell. Who? Who are your central characters that we're following? What is the overall growth that they'll have during the course of your show or film? This is a movie or TV show that's about this person who starts in one place and ends in another. Where and when? Location, time, history. When does this take place, and why is it important today? I always joke that you have to kind of make your creative ideas snacks. Something that's digestible, but you want to crave more of. Now let's talk about the visual components of a pitch. I like to support all my pitches with really impactful visuals that are specific to my vision for what makes this different. I want to make sure that my vision, not just what the story is, but how it'll look and feel, is imminently clear in every piece of the pitch. So I go ahead and build a visual deck that goes hand in hand with the story I'm trying to tell, both in content and in visual storytelling. Be specific and don't ever forget about font. My favorite program to make decks is Keynote, but lately I've been using Google Slides because it does allow you to use GIFs and more animated visuals. There are a lot of great resources to find these visuals. ShotDeck, which you need a membership for but has some incredible film stills. Film Grab, which is additional film stills. Pinterest, Go deep, find a rabbit hole, keep digging, and you'll find some really original stuff on there. And then of course, Google Images and Flickr. I even sometimes go on Instagram and use hashtags to find real life pictures of people in the world that will help make your story feel exactly how you want it to. Get creative with it, okay? These people are making an investment in your creativity, and they hear pitch after pitch, day after day, year round. So I think it's really important to find ways to set yourself apart. I've gone all over the place to sell things, whether it's burning sage in the room, making people drink moonshine, having live music or singing, and I even had custom condoms made. So you have to do what's authentic to you and your story, but don't be afraid to get a little out there and set yourself apart. And remember, the size of the pitch should match the scale of the opportunity. If I'm going tomorrow to pitch a Marvel movie, you better believe I'm gonna have sizzle reels, animatics, huge visual presentations, music ideas. I'm gonna go for broke because of how big that opportunity is. And the last rule is, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. I just took a pitch out. It was musical, people were singing. I saw on the Zoom people were crying. Someone said it was the best pitch of the pandemic, and they still didn't buy it. This is an industry that tests your resiliency day after day. So write it anyway, pitch it again, take it back out, keep trying, don't give up. Worst case scenario, you end up with a bunch of expired custom condoms.